Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to High School Game Day, live Week 3 edition of the 2022 season. And we got a power matchup tonight. Gentlemen, number 1 Mount Carmel, number 20 Notre Dame. It's going to be a fun night. A bunch of high-powered stars going to be taking the gridiron tonight. Let's meet the crew. Danny Berg here. To my right is Daniel Betts. To my left is Caden Frawley. To my far left is Gabriel Haloka. And we're back for our first game day of the 2022 season. Gentlemen, I got to admit, I've been waiting for this game ever since we played Mount Carmel last year because I knew a revenge tour was on for the football players, and they are ready for this one.
I can't even tell you how excited these guys are. I remember that feeling on the field that day. That was probably one of the worst things we had all year, getting blown out 49-7. That was a very brutal time to be a Notre Dame football player and a very rough time to be in film that next Sunday.
Yeah.
But these guys have been preparing all summer. They've got a new offensive system. They've got a new defense. Well, they've got the same defensive system, just revamped with even better players. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. I expect an upset tonight.
I mean, yeah, we see the Dons coming out hot, 2-0 first 2 games. And I don't know about you guys. I'm more excited for this game day right now than the actual game because we haven't had one. You know, we're supposed to do one last week. Things didn't go as planned, so now we have it. We got plenty of people in the background here playing spike ball, can jam, bag, so I'm excited.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a fun game to watch. 2 of the top teams in the state going at it against each other. We have definitely seen, Mount Carmel's defense really picked up in the past 2 games, winning in blowouts, making sure only 3 points allowed in their past 2 games. And same thing with Notre Dame. Their defense, too, has been incredible. First game against Willowbrook, they shut them out. And then last week against Pats, they were able to hold them to only a couple of points. So it's definitely going to be a fun game to watch, and I'm excited for it.
Before we get any further, I do want to make a programming note. We are not going to have any of the lower-level games tonight. Our Robeck camera is not working, so they're kind of out of luck. Just kidding. There is an option if you still want to watch the games. You can watch them through NFHS Network. It is a subscription-based service, so you can still watch the game. You do have to pay for it, though, so all you have to do is go to NFHS Network and subscribe to it. Look up Notre Dame on there. You'll find the games there. But make sure you come back with us for the varsity game because we're going to be a lot better than NFHS. But going back off of what Gabe said with the Notre Dame dominant offense, you were here for it, but you were not here for it. You've only heard about it. I got to say, and I'll start with you, Dan, that it's a lot like the 2019 defense.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I remember that 2019 defense like it was the back of my hand. Suffocating. Just absolutely suffocating for every single offense that came out into the field. And this defense is very similar.
Yep.
With a strong defensive line headed by Carl Smalls and Nick Thome and an insane secondary with Leo leading it as a junior, which is quite incredible for a junior player to step up this huge.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, I totally agree with Dan there. I'm definitely seeing a lot of resemblance in this defense, like how they did it with the 2019 defense. They definitely have a lot of heart with them. Coming out here, going to play at Legends Field against a top team, you're definitely going to feel the energy with that, and it's definitely going to be a big part of their game today.
You can't forget about some of the big-name players, too. Francesco Ricciardi now playing both sides of the ball, one of the top options at cornerback. Randy Russ playing linebacker, Owen Keeney at linebacker. Can't forget about James Keenan and Anthony Fornelli, both 2 really good guys that are on the front lines up against the offensive linemen. They're going to have their hands full because, as you guys know, this Mount Carmel team is huge, and they're led by the Kansas State commit, Asher Tomaszewski, who does play on both sides of the ball. He is primarily a defensive tackle, but he also plays a little bit of guard. Mm-hmm. And you look up and down this Mount Carmel roster, and you see a lot of 6'3", 6'4", 6'5", 280, 285, 300. The linemen and the linebackers are huge for the Caravan.
Yep.
Dan, you got anything on that?
I mean, yes, they may have size. Yes, they may have the abilities, but do they have the coaching? Which, what it says right here, yes, they do. They have quite good coaching. outscoring their opponents by 76 points over the last 2 games, which is quite incredible going. But, I mean, really, I think Notre Dame can stand the test of time with this battle here because the Notre Dame defense has shown that it will only break whenever we have the backups in.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I mean, me standing here at 6'1", like 147, it's definitely intimidating. Just seeing just those numbers. But as Dan said, like Notre Dame has the coaching, they got the defense, and honestly, they shouldn't be intimidated because we can stand with them. We can stand with the best.
Yeah, even though in the rankings may say Mount Carmel #1, I really think that's a pretty even matchup. You see both of these linemen, 6'3", 200 pounds. It doesn't matter. Both sides of the ball have about the same players, so I really just think it comes down to coaching, like Dan said.
Yeah.
What I'm really interested to see is that trench battle, particularly between the Notre Dame offensive line and the Mount Carmel front 7 on defense. What's going to happen in there? Because we've seen just how good that Notre Dame offensive line has been through the first 2 games, really having allowed a lot of penetration and flushing of the pocket for Enzo Ricciardi. So he's been able to really, mature as a quarterback. He's had a really nice start to the season, but I got a feeling that it's not going to be like that tonight.
I don't think so either, but with Jimmy Donnelly and Patrick Colgan manning the tackles, I mean, those are 2 really stellar linemen who replaced Tommy Shipman last year, who was a Dayton football player now. But they learned under his leadership and they learned under his guidance how to really get rid of the defensive threat on the ends. But looking at the rankings for that Coach Perozzo gave to them last week, 10s for both. And the same with the week before, 10s for both. They've been playing perfectly throughout the season. Not too many opportunities that they've messed up.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that. As building off of what Danny said, we've actually seen Enzo mature as a quarterback. We've definitely over the years been able to see that growth, and he has become the QB1 for the Dons and it's definitely with the help of the O-line, as Dan was saying earlier. It's going to be tough. I think it's obvious. It's definitely going to be tough, but Dons have definitely had some fight in them.
Yeah, and you definitely have to give credit to the linemen. You mentioned Jimmy Donnelly before last week, played with a club on his hand. He had some hand injury. He just goes out there, gives it his all, no matter what. Doesn't matter who they're playing. He just wants to win.
Yep.
He was looking a lot like Max Stalinchuk out on the pitch a couple of weeks ago. And I was going through this, and I remember watching some of the games last year for Mount Carmel. Not many teams can say they went 8-4 and still call it a rebuilding year and make it pretty deep in the state playoffs.
Yeah.
And somehow they did it and still went toe-to-toe with top-tier talent, even though they didn't have the best year last year. Record-wise on paper, they have completely turned that around this year with head coach John Lynch. I mean, I was looking up and down this roster since the St. Pat's game, and I was looking at these guys, and I'm like, all of these guys are ballers.
Yeah.
And they have proved it through the first couple of games. I was not able to find a ton of statistics for their last game against Phillips, but I'm going to give you guys some of the big things. Blaney Dowling, the quarterback, who is a definite Division I talent. 19 for 21 in week 1 against number 6 St. Rita, passing for 318 yards and getting 5 touchdowns. Also in that week 1 game, another guy to watch is Darian Dupree, who is they're 1-2. Dupree is a 3-star athlete according to 24/7 Sports. A couple of the schools that he has been recruited by: Cincinnati, UConn, Boston College, Central Michigan. Those are some big name schools that he's been getting recruited to. He had 6 carries for 34 yards, 4 catches for 36 yards. Breakout star in Darian Gilliam. He's starting to come into the fold. Up and down. This team is ridiculous.
Yes, it is.
And they have shown it to start the year. And you're going to see this during the game, too, that these guys have just been going they're just going toe-to-toe with the other teams to start the game, and then just, they take off like a plane, and they're just putting the other team in the dust by halftime. So basically my point that I'm trying to get at is the Dons got their hands full. How are they going to contain this offense? Beats me. What do you guys think?
Well, Go ahead.
Gabe, you can go first.
Okay,
Gabe,
that's
you can go
fine.
first. I got to look at my
Well, what I
stats.
will say is the Dons having home field advantage is definitely going to be a plus.
Yeah, I was
Definitely
gonna
with
say,
the energy
student
and the
section's
student
gonna be
section
big.
going crazy. I mean, Dan, I think you can agree with me that being on the field, having the student section with you, and just feeling the energy through the stadium, I think definitely helps you out as a player. I think, right?
Right. Well, I mean, the players are taught to tune out the student section, which has worked really well. I mean, they've managed so they hype up the crowd, but then they forget about them almost immediately after they make that play, which really is how the game is played. They don't pay attention to the crowd. They don't care what they think. They just go out there and try to perform their best, and they try and win their game.
Not to cut you off, but to bounce off of what Dan said, we were at the Willowbrook game, and we were in the student section. There were guys like Kevin Sheehy, Frederigo, coming up to us and trying to get us going. Then they go back out and they pretend like we're not even there.
To
bounce off that point, I mean, it's pretty impressive. And even like Caden is a volleyball player, myself as a baseball player.
I was a baseball player too.
You as a baseball player as well.
Yeah.
You as a football player as well. You're taught as an athlete to drown out that crowd noise. But you wonder, in this kind of game, in this kind of environment, you're welcoming the number one team in the state to your home field. Is that going to play a big part in that? And I'll let you answer that.
Well, I mean, of course, I've been talking to these guys throughout the course of the week, and they're welcoming them in. They're saying, yeah, come into our house, come into our house. We're going to welcome you with a wide open smack to the mouth. I mean, seriously, these guys want to hurt them. They want to take down that number one team. They want to take that spot. They think they have the talent, and I know they have the talent to do so. They just need to get that one punch in there. I mean, really, if they get that one smack off the play, like a quick kick return or a quick big play on offense, I really think it would turn the tides for the whole game.
Yeah, just a quick spark, just get everyone going like that.
Yeah, spark plug.
Yeah, that's exactly like what happened in the St. Rita game last year. They got a quick pick six, and they had momentum going into halftime. Although it didn't stay going into the second half, you could really feel it in that game where they were going up against one of the best teams in the state once again, and they were holding St. Rita on the ropes, and the Mustangs made it all the way to the state championship that year. It says something that, you know, momentum is huge.
It's a big part,
I remember that speech that DeFrance gave at halftime, and I cannot repeat it on the broadcast, but it was quite memorable. That was one of the most intense moments that we've ever had. The offense was getting shut down, but the defense was able to score first, which was incredible. DeFrance was so proud of the whole defense. He was like, say, you guys are controlling the show. You're making them scared. And I really think that DeFranza could coach his guys to really hold them here and make them scared again and actually try and reverse the result that happened at the Rita game last year.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. And I think the way that this game is played, it's definitely a very even matchup, I would say, with the way that, you know, both teams has played over the past, 2 weeks. But honestly, I think it all comes down to just one big play. You know, when it comes down to it would just be one big play. Whoever makes that big play, I think that will be the decision of this game.
And going back to student sections, a wise friend once told me, he may go by the name of Marty Kegler. He said, a team is only as good as the student section is, so maybe we use that tonight.
That sounds like him, all right.
I like that.
And going back to the game itself, and I want to bring this up, the transfer from Marist, Alonzo Manning, one of the stud running backs for this Caravan team. More statistics for you as if you didn't need enough of them. Week 1 against the Mustangs, although Blaney Dowling went absolutely nuts in the passing game, Manning was able to get 75 yards on 12 carries in that game. Still pretty impressive. How much of the run game are we expecting to see tonight, knowing how much the Caravan like to pass, Caden?
All right, well, I can actually jump in on that. I expect to see a lot of run game here. Personally, just knowing how good the passing defense has been from Notre Dame, I think that they will try and limit their passing game and try and try and go for the run game to try and weaken that defensive line, to weaken their pass rush, and just really take the defensive line out of the game, which can't really happen.
And that was James Graham, by the way. He's not usually on TV. He doesn't know how TV works. That was something.
Can I say
go
my
ahead.
answer now? So, I was going to say, knowing the two running backs, Darion Dupree and Alonzo Manning, I feel like they're going to use that game and then just to throw ND off a little bit, maybe throw a pass or two in there and then just go right back to the run game, pound it on the line of scrimmage. So if that's how it keeps up all night, I mean, I'm sure that's what they've been doing so far in the past 2 games for the Caravans to lead them to a 2-0 record and #1 in the state so far.
And we'll switch it over to Notre Dame a little bit before we actually welcome a few players on. It's kind of been the Ricciardi show to start the season.
100%.
Enzo Ricciardi and Frankie Ricciardi have been the 1-2 punch of this Dons team to start off the year, and they've made it very clear and very visible that they are the 2 big players on this team. So I'm wondering, Gabe, I'll ask you first, how much do we see of the rest of the supporting cast? Howard Williamson, Kevin Durkin, Anthony Thome, the rest of the guys. How much do we see of them? And even Will Meyer, too?
Yeah, no, I definitely think, coming into this game, I can almost guarantee Mount Carmel's coaching staff has definitely taken a look into the Ricciardis. They definitely looked into that and definitely seen that those guys are a force for the Dons. I think it's going to be a good way for the Dons to maybe throw them off their game. Bring in those other players to help make a big play. I mean, we saw against Willowbrook. I always go back to this catch by Will Meyer because that was just an amazing catch he made. But we definitely have talent all around the field, and anyone on this team can definitely make a play at any time. And I just think that the coaching staff should definitely use those other players more and definitely try to help Mount Carmel throw off Mount Carmel off the game.
I mean, I don't really have much to say. Gabe really stole a lot of it from me.
Sorry.
I was going to say, ND's passing game has been phenomenal this year. We've seen some great catches, and they've utilized it well. So if they can keep the balance between the run game and the pass game to where they want it, they can for sure put up some good points and make some more spectacular catches.
Definitely.
Yeah, and I think that we're going to start to see some more of those guys, and I wonder if we're going to see some surprises and see a Coley McDonough package for a little bit tonight. Throw Mount Carmel off their game. Hey, you never know. We have some pretty genius coaches up there in the offensive press box. So we only have a couple minutes left before we welcome in our first guest of the day. I mean, I'm expecting do we think it's a slugfest? Do we think it's a defensive game, offensive game? What are we thinking?
I 100% think it's going to be a defensive game.
Yeah.
You see both of these teams playing great defense so far. ND with a shutout and then almost a shutout last week against St. Pat's.
Yeah.
We see both teams playing great defense.
Anthony Fornelli with a little camera bomb there.
Yeah, no, it's definitely going to be a very defensive game, but we're definitely also going to see offense in this game as well. They've been playing incredible football on both sides of the ball, defense and offense, and while the defense has been like the headline for both teams, I would say the offense can definitely make some plays, and I'm expecting like 20 points for each team this game.
Yeah,
I think it's going to come down to the last possession, in all honesty.
Yeah.
I mean, these two teams really just will try throwing the ball along, try doing a very slow run game. But honestly, I really think it's going to either come down to one big play at the very end, one big play at the very beginning, or just possibly whoever has the last possession.
Yeah. Just a big play, a big turn of events that can change the course of the game.
Exactly.
All right, so with that, we're going to break off. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to welcome in our first guest of the day, linebacker Owen Keeney, and tight end Will Meyer. We'll be back in about a minute. Well, that was quick. Nice transition. So we have our Notre Dame football players with us. To my right is Will Meyer. To my left is Owen Keeney. Gents, how are we feeling about tonight?
Good week of practice, so we're feeling pretty confident.
I think we're pretty hot right now, 2-0. Good week of practice. I think we prepared well. So I'm just excited to get out there and see what happens. I think we got a good shot tonight.
So, Will, the fans are wondering. We've gotten a lot of requests about this. the catch against Willowbrook? Talk us through it.
I see Coach Hen from the sideline giving the play call. I'm like, that's me. That's me. I run my route. You can see I do a horrible fake block, but, I get back in the end zone. I see the ball, go up for it, 50-50 ball. I knew it was mine. And, yeah.
And, Owen, you're sitting on the sideline. You're waiting to head back out there to go play some defense. You see that catch. What's the bench thinking? What are you guys saying?
Well, I was really happy at first. I didn't think Wilmeyer could jump that high, but then he got up. Sidelines went pretty crazy. I think that was kind of the staple to end the game. That kind of put it out of Willowbrook's reach, so it was just awesome. Energy was there. Fans went crazy, so it was awesome to see.
So what have your guys' keys to the games been for the past 2 weeks that you're going to use this week to try to get ahead in this game?
Well, from a defensive standpoint, we've done a great job of making them punt early. We let up. The first time we let up a touchdown this year was late in the game against Pat, so our defense has done a great job stopping the run. Our front seven's been great. Just keeping our offense on the field, keeping our defense off, and just, scoring, running the ball down their throats.
Yeah, for offense, scoring after turnovers and keeping momentum. That's it.
Owen, you're going up against a defense, Will, you're going up against a defense that has only given up 3 points all season. They shut down St. Rita from midway through the first quarter to the rest of the game. Didn't give up anything against a powerhouse in the Chicago Public League in Phillips. What has been your game plan going up against this difficult of a defense?
Well, it comes a lot from Enzo making his reads, and, I think we prepared well. We know what we're going to do, and we have energy. So.
And then, Owen, you're going up against an offense that has been lighting up the scoreboard in the first 2 weeks. What's the defense been thinking going up against Blaney Dowling and company?
Yeah, so we've kind of just been focused in on putting ourselves in positions to make plays. They run a lot of different formations. They got a bunch of different good players. But, we're not going to try to, lock every guy up. We're just going to put ourselves in the position to make plays. We're going to be smart. We're going to limit our mental mistakes, and we're just going to play hard. We're going to get 11 guys to the football. It's going to be hard to take them down, but, you get a couple guys there. I think we'll be all right.
We had talked about before you guys got on air that you guys are trained to drown the student section out once you're on the field. Is that something you're going to carry into such a high-level game like this, or are you going to try and let the energy of the fans feed into your play a little bit?
Personally, I like to listen to them. I think they kind of bring a funny energy, and I like to hear, he's a felon chant and stuff. It lightens the mood a little bit.
Yeah, as much as you want to drown out the crowd, I think it's kind of fun hearing them. You can try all you want, but we got, with a student section like ours, so loud, they bring the energy. A lot of my good friends in it too, cheering for you. It just kind of makes the game more fun. You see all these people supporting you. It's kind of awesome to see that.
So we see a lot of guys back here that are on the football team just kind of relaxed back here playing games. Are you guys always this relaxed before the games, just trying to stay loose, make sure you're not too uptight?
It depends. Some of these guys back here are clowns. Nathaniel Spandieri, absolute buffoon. So he's kind of setting the tone over there, to be honest.
Rough.
I like to keep it pretty relaxed. Once we kind of get to the chapel and the grotto, that's when you kind of start to lock in for the game. But, just kind of stay off my feet, relax, kind of get mentally ready. That's kind of my way to go about it.
So back to last season. We had asked Betts about this because he was with you guys last year, but I want to hear it from you guys too. What was the mood after last year's game, and how are you guys changing it this year when you play the Caravan again?
Well, it's a little different. We're playing here this time, so we don't have that hour-long bus ride. I mean, it was pretty demoralizing when I was on kick return about 8 times that game. Not good. It was pretty brutal, and I think we'll change that this year.
Yeah, it was definitely pretty tough. We were already going to the game. We were 0-2. We had a rough start, and getting 55 points on you, losing a team that bad, it just kind of really hurts. It's hard to stay positive to keep the morale up. So this year I think it's a little different. Heading in 2-0, got a lot more confidence. They have to come here now too, so I think that plays a huge part. So I think we're ready. I think it'll be a little different this year.
I'd say the morale is pretty high in that locker room right now with the way you guys have been playing. You've been showing a lot of energy, which we didn't see a lot of at the start of the year. Last year, we started to see it towards the end of the year, and you could tell that's carried into this season. With the Prep Bowl playoffs last year, you guys got some good playing time, and so did a lot of your supporting cast around you with now the current seniors and the current juniors. How has the postseason last year, you guys got gifted 4 extra games, how has it played into this season?
I'd say it gave us a winning mentality, but I'd say it also gave us a new start to this year because we don't want to really be in that situation again. So,
yeah, I think it was definitely nice to go out, with some positive on the season after a rough year. But I think kind of like Will said, the goal this year is to stay out of that, to make the real thing this year, and right now we're on good track to do so. So in playing the number 1 team in the state, you get a look for what some of those later games in the playoffs would be like, and that's the main goal.
So we see a couple of big names like Darion Dupree, Blaney Dowling, and these are guys that have college offers. Does that affect you guys in any way, knowing that these guys are up for college with college scholarships?
I mean, it's worth noting. You got to respect their abilities. We've seen them on film. We've seen them from last year. Obviously, you have to respect them, but it's something to be scared of. We got to play them anyway. I think we'll be fine. We got a good game plan for it. So the respect's there, but the fear, it's just another game for us.
Yeah, unlike Owen, I'm not a fan, so I don't even know who these guys are.
So other than yourselves, who is in your respective rooms, offense and defense, who is your player to watch tonight for Notre Dame?
I'm going to go Howard. I think Howard's going to have a game-changing catch. I think he's going to have one in the end zone that really gives us the energy we need.
I'm gonna go with Randy. I know that's a pretty obvious pick, but he had a great touchdown last week. He played a great game, on a busted ankle, so he's a lot better this week. He's healthy, he's rested up, and I think he's gonna have a great game after playing against these guys last year and remembering that feeling.
Because I know that's not one you guys are gonna want to have again. You have a very difficult schedule, so let's keep the good vibes rolling, right? keep this going. So now, let's go after your teammates a little bit. Will brought up the biggest clown out here. Who's the biggest clown in the locker room?
In a bad way or just funny?
Funny guys. Who are the class clowns?
I'm gonna go Owen. Owen makes me laugh the most for sure.
I'm gonna go with Tim Stevens over there and Jimmy Amator. Those are 2 funny guys.
Yeah, Jimmy's.
They keep everything positive when things are a little too serious. So gotta appreciate them.
Well, what's going to be the song in the locker room tonight once you guys win?
Oh,
I never go on aux.
Yeah, I don't know. Last week we chose Hey Baby for Pats, but, I don't know. It depends on the mood. Whatever it is, it'll be loud, everyone will be excited. So.
Oh, and you guys gotta play "In the Club" by 50 Cent. You gotta bring our club dub into the locker room.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you guys to shed a little light on the fans watching right now. Take me through your pregame routine. Once school lets out at 3 p.m. and you're playing at home, what's your routine from 3 p.m. to kickoff?
Well, I just stayed 30 minutes after in biology class, so that was whatever. Not important. I'm just a little upset. But I went home. I grabbed my pads. I got something to eat. I came here. I get taped up. We go to chapel, then we just put our stuff on it. I don't like listen to music or anything, nothing special. But
so I actually had free period today, so I kind of hung out in the training room with my guy James Keenan. Went out. I don't really like going home before games, so I went out, grabbed something small to eat, come here, roll out for a little bit, plug the headphones in, then get ready, watch some of the underclassmen play, get taped up, and then we head to chapel, and it's all game time from there.
All right, before we let you guys go, talk to our audience. What's your final thoughts that you want to share with the fans, Notre Dame and Mount Carmel fans, because they're both watching right now? What's your message to them?
Go Dons.
Great answer.
Go Dons. It'll be a great game tonight.
Make sure you guys tune in to watch these 2 studs out on the gridiron. We're going to head off to something a little bit different than what we normally do. We've got a little bit of a game show going on, right?
Yeah.
So thank you to our players, Will Meyer and Owen Keene, for taking time out to hang out with us. Good luck tonight, gentlemen. Good luck, Will. Good luck, Owen.
Thank you, Danny
Good
Berg.
luck tonight.
Appreciate it.
We will
Thank you,
see
sir.
you guys outside. We're going to head off while we transition into our game show. We will be back in just a minute.
All right, and we are back. Today we have a fun little segment. We're going to be doing a game show. There's going to be 3 teachers, one of them is on his way, and 3 students doing a game show against each other. They do not know any of the topics, right? Nothing. All right, so they know nothing. I'm going to let them introduce themselves before we get started on topics. So let's start with David Christie first.
I'm David Christie, senior.
I'm Jacob Barnett, junior.
Luca Lobianco, I'm a senior.
All right, is there anything you guys as a team want to say to the teachers playing?
I'm losing.
No chance. We win.
No chance? All right, that's a pretty bold statement. All right, and now I'll have you two go.
I'm Mr. Feely. I coach and I teach math.
We're good? Okay.
We're good now?
Okay. I'm Mr. Madigan, I teach science.
Restart. All right, sorry, had a little technical difficulties there. So when Mr. Howitz gets here, who will be our third competitor on the teacher's side, we will introduce him. So we'll start with the easier questions. So the 3 topics, do you guys want to hear the 3 topics?
Yeah. Yes.
All right, the first one is NDCP trivia.
I like that one.
The,
I like that a lot.
the second one is pop culture.
I don't like that one.
And the third one is going to be geography.
I also don't like that one.
Don't worry, they're easy. So I'll let the student team go first. Which topic do you want to choose from?
Do the first one.
NDCP trivia? All right.
Luke is a senior, he should know it.
Don't worry, we got this in the back. Yes, we are talking trash.
All right, so I'm going to ask the first question. Whoever gets it first from any team, raise your hand. And whoever's hand is up first gets to answer the question. If you answer the question right, you get a point. If you guys get stuck on a question, we will choose a team to pick someone from the crowd behind us to answer the question if they have any ideas. So behind us or over here, anywhere on the gym floor, except for me and the media crew guys, because they might know the questions.
Okay.
All right, so the first question from NDCP Trivia. How many athletic teams does NDCP have?
17.
All right, he got it right.
Right on.
All right, so we have 1 point for the student team. Next up, what topic do you guys want to do?
Same one.
Same one.
Same one.
Same one? All right.
I see him looking.
Oh.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, Luca, you can't be
I
talking.
saw the 5.
All right. What is the name of NDCP's fall play?
12 Angry Men.
Hold on. Wait, can I get a thing here?
Sure.
You have to stop the question when you see their hand raise. Right? Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll let them answer. Go ahead, Jacob.
12 Angry Men.
Good job.
That's right.
Good job.
All right. Topic?
We'll go with the first.
Stick with NDCP.
Stick with that. You're going to get all the hard ones at the end.
That's cool with me.
All right. So once you raise your hand, I'm stopping the question. What is the name of NDCP's reality TV show?
Tim on the Town.
All right, he got it right. So we are now 2 for the students.
Here we go.
1 for the teachers. Are we sticking with the same topic, guys?
Sure.
All right. This one's not going to be as easy. Here comes Mr. Howitz, by the way. So we'll wait for him to answer the question.
He'll probably know it.
So do you guys have any comments so far?
We're coming. Rattled.
Yeah. Scoreboard. Scoreboard.
Here comes Howitz.
Yeah, here he is.
We're down 2-1.
And here we have Mr. Howitz. Would you like to introduce yourself briefly?
Hello, I'm Mr. Howitz. Thank you for having me.
Of course, thanks for coming on. So we're going to get you up to speed real quick. We have 3 topics to choose from. The topics are NDCP trivia, pop culture, and geography. We will alternate teams choosing the topic, and whoever raises their hand first answers the question. If you raise your hand in the middle of the question, I'm going to stop reading it. So you might screw yourself over if you don't hear the whole thing. Right, Jacob? Right. All right, so are we going with NDCP trivia again? All right. This one won't be as easy. What was the score of the ND versus Pats varsity game? All right, some discussion.
35-14.
That's correct. Yeah. It's a team game.
Tie game, baby.
All right, the score is tied. All right, what topic do you guys same? Okay, we're gonna be knocking these all out. Name 2 media crew hosts who were on Game Day Live earlier.
Danny Berg and Caden Frawley.
All right, he got it right. We're now 3-2. I might have forgot to mention this, but we do have prizes for the winners. So if your team wins, you each will get a prize. All right. Topic, what are we doing?
Go pop culture.
Pop culture, okay. Let's start with a hard one. What was the highest grossing film of all time?
Are we doing in the U.S. or? Avatar.
He got it right. It's Avatar. What now, 4-2?
4-2.
4-2. All right, teachers. You're going to have to tie it up eventually, hopefully get the lead. We'll see. Students, what's the topic?
Pop culture.
Pop culture, okay. The trademark on which popular Disney characters just recently expired? Christy.
Mickey Mouse.
That is incorrect.
Winnie the Pooh.
Mr. Howitz got it right. Mickey Mouse expires in 2 years.
Winnie the Pooh.
Rattled.
There's a scary movie coming out with Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
What's it called, like the Honey Hunter?
Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. Look at the trailer. It's interesting.
It's intense. You smash this guy head.
Oh yeah, it's intense. All right, so we're now 4-3, correct? All right, what's the topic, guys?
We just picked pop culture.
Pop culture. All right. The popular artist wrote the song. Which popular artist wrote the song "Wake Me Up"?
Is it Wake Me Up Before I Go Go?
Sure.
Avicii.
That's right.
No, he stopped right there, right our hand up. 4-4, baby.
All right, they've tied the game. Let's see, we might have to go into our tiebreaker. All right, there's only one more question left on the pop culture, by the way. So if you choose that, there won't be any more. All right, what's the topic?
Pop culture. Step it up. Let's go. Let's go. Pop culture.
Pop culture, all right. What is the most popular film of 2022?
Top Gun Maverick.
That's correct.
Luckily you said Maverick.
All right, so now there are 2 topics left. We have a few questions from NDCP trivia and a few from geography.
Geography.
All right. Name 2 countries in South America. South America.
Brazil and Argentina.
That's correct.
I think that hand timing is a little.
I don't know.
I don't know. Go back to the tape.
Come on, Caden, rewind the tape. No, we're kidding. All right, what's the topic?
First one. First one.
NDCP trivia? All right. This is the last question for this topic, by the way. Which teacher has been at ND longest?
Mr. Zire.
That's correct, Mr. Zire.
That was not the question.
That was not the question, Mr. Madigan.
Here we go. Geography.
All right, what's the score? I forgot.
Down 1.
You're down 1? All right. Geography's all you got. So Juneau is the capital of which state?
Alaska.
That is correct. They tied it up. So there's only geography to pick from now, so we're going to get rolling with the next 2 questions. And then we will see if we go into our redemption or tiebreaker round. How many countries are in the European Union?
13.
Nope.
$12.
Nope, you're getting further.
I feel like the question should be that.
15.
Nope. Do you guys want to phone a friend?
Yeah, can we phone a friend? Let's phone a friend.
All right.
When did these options come into play?
Oh, we explained it before you got here. Sorry.
I didn't know we had lifelines.
I don't know if you can.
You can you can't choose media crew guys, but any of these guys behind you.
Wait, you called it. Ask for a friend.
He's a media crew guy.
Ask Carmel. Honda knows. Honda knows. No, they're a media crew. You can't choose media crew.
No media crew guys.
Ask Honda. Honda knows.
3. He's a media crew. 13. What's the question?
How many countries in the European Union?
Uh, 40.
Nope.
40?
A little high.
18.
A little low. Mm-hmm. Do you guys want to phone a friend?
They already had a phone a friend. It's our turn. It's our turn.
You just phoned a friend.
Yeah, they already phoned a friend. They already used their phone. We can just keep guessing.
Yeah, do you guys want to keep guessing?
I'll go. 20.
Closer.
They just guessed 2 times in a row.
22. 21. 23.
19.
25.
17.
What'd you say? 24. What'd you say?
24.
17.
17.
Nope.
26.
No.
29.
No.
28.
No.
27.
Isn't
Yep.
it cool to know like the smaller like Russian provinces and all those things?
Answer is 27.
I gotta win the next one.
Googled it.
Gotta win the next one. Let's go.
No, you guys just guessed all the numbers there were. All right, we have a really easy question up next. What's the score? They're up 1. All right. How many states in the continental U.S.?
50.
All right. Yeah.
Where else did you go from that? Continental U.S. 50.
Alaska's on the continent. Yeah, it would be 49. Yes, that's wrong. That is technically wrong.
Hey, when you're wrong, technically it's 48.
All right, we're going to get the producers to vote on this one. Let's get Mr. Hoppert. Mr. Hoppert.
We have a debate.
We have a debate to settle.
Here comes. Bro, it's 48.
If you were to be asked how many states were in the continental U.S., continental, how many would you say?
48.
48.
So it's our turn to guess.
So you're both wrong.
So then it goes back to us.
No, we never guessed.
49.
49?
So we were right. So we said 49.
So 49. 49.
All right.
Tie game, baby! North America.
Having a little argument here.
So we won. Thank you. We won. We said 49. That was just aggressive. I'd rather have overtime. I'd rather get my prize.
48?
I'd rather have one shot.
All right, media crew guys, how many say 48? Raise your hand. All right. Everyone says 48, except All right. Except Caden. All right. Are we tied? We're tied. All right. So we can't. So we're done with questions. Oh my God.
Are you in A push right now?
Yes.
There are 48 states in the continent.
I got it. Thank you.
All right, cool. Sorry, it just seems that you didn't know that from your A push knowledge.
I got it. Thank you.
All right, well, Mr. What's his name?
Bye, Bets. Bye.
Might be an AP question.
All right. This isn't a question. So we're going to turn behind us and play a little beanbags.
Oh. Okay.
Whoever can get 2 in the hole first will win.
What's the rules for the throws? Like, we alternate throwing?
You alternate throwing between the teams. I'm going to put my iPad down. All right. Throw from that way to this board so the camera can see. All right. First to get 2 in the hole win. All right. Our students up first. All right. We got Mr. Feely throwing. We got it on, but not in. So far, none in. Okay. 1 in for students. We're not doing 2. Oh, Jack, let's do it. 1 and 1. The students win. The students have gotten 2 in the hole. Do you want to announce this, Danny? Hold, please. All right. Do we want to do an all or nothing round right here? No? Absolutely? All right, everyone, among yourselves, choose one person for a challenge. Mr. Howitz and... All right. So we have some frozen t-shirts here. I hope they're frozen, Danny. We'll see. Whoever can put it on over your normal shirt, the fastest will win.
Can we open it and take it out?
And I'll give you a countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Mr. Howitz takes the win. All right, Mr. Howitz, how does it feel?
I finally won something in my life, and this is like the first time I've ever won, so I got to give a shout out to everyone. Mr. Zire for putting support in me, Mr. Polly for putting beliefs in me, my wife for marrying me, for my fabulous and beautiful teammates, and for everyone coming out tonight. This is for you guys. Thank you so much. We'll see you next year.
Thank you, Mr. Howitz. Students, would you like to say anything about the upset?
No. We didn't agree.
Yeah, we didn't agree to double or nothing.
Yeah, no.
We didn't agree.
I think we're all winners. Teachers, you'll get your prize. All right, so now we are going to move on to the next segment, so hang tight with us while we have a quick little break.
And welcome back. Hey guys, so unfortunately one of our guests, Mr. Boyle, was not able to be here with us because he is at the class of 62 reunion. So we still have one of our other guests, Coach Mike Smith, who is the class of 2007. He is the head soccer coach. He is also the director of enrollment, and we're happy we have him here with us today. Coach, how are things?
Yeah, awesome, guys. Thanks for having me. voice is a little sore here. We've had a couple intense games for soccer. I'm sorry I'm not President Boyle, but I hope I will represent well here for Notre Dame. And always excited to give a shout to media crew, the best in the business, and be here to talk a little bit about enrollment and anything else that you guys have for me.
We have no doubt that you will represent the Dons fantastically. So first things first, you are the head soccer coach. You had a season for the ages last year with your team, and now this year it's been a little bit of a start that you probably wouldn't have, have wanted. So how has your team and your coaching staff battled through adversity to keep going so far to start the year?
Sure, yeah. You know what? So last year was obviously a special memory. 23-2, undefeated in conference. A lot of postseason achievements, but we got a young group this year. We got 11 sophomores up on varsity. A lot of young kids that are eager to contribute. We've got a good core group of guys that are juniors and seniors that are back from the team. So it's just a little bit different. We're not going to quite have the blowout games like we did last year. It's a lot of grind out games. But shout out to our guys. They're working hard. They're a nice group of kids. We just had a video session and a team dinner tonight. And the big news for us this week was a couple nights ago on Wednesday, we beat St. Viator in double overtime, which was fun. We scored with 4 seconds left in the game to force OT, and then one of our captains, Daniel Dino, scored the game winner in double overtime with 2 minutes left.
Well, I mean, as the new play-by-play for Notre Dame soccer, I'm sorry we couldn't be there yesterday. A couple of issues came into that. But I'm really excited for this Notre Dame soccer team. I mean, having known all these guys, one of them my whole life, Luca Lobianco, I mean, he's been incredible for these past couple of years for Notre Dame and learning under a lot of seniors and juniors from a couple of years ago. I mean, how do you think that his story is going to play out this season?
Yeah, that's a great question. What I would tell you about Luca is, I've been coaching for 10 years now, and I've had a lot of good goalies, but I could tell you he's got to be the best that I've had the pleasure to coach. I mean, 4 years on varsity. This is his third year starting. I've never felt more comfortable in that position in the back, just knowing what he brings to the table. So he's been rock solid, and we're going to need it from him this year because we're gonna have a little bit more coming at us on the goal than we did last year. So.
Look who's here! Special guest is here. Let's get him on in. Come on over.
I will relinquish my seat for the good old President Boyle.
Oh.
There he is.
Thanks, Dan, for hopping on. Look who just pulled in from the reunion.
Whew, got to catch my breath, boys.
Welcome in, Coach.
400-yard dash from the car. We're here, baby.
How'd the reunion go?
It was great. Class of 62. Had a full house out in the Doubletree in Skokie, and just started Mass, and we're going to have a great night of dinner and dancing and fun. So a lot of good exaggerated stories going on. So
you guys have both been director of enrollment at some point in your life, and I think that the status of Notre Dame right now is at the best it's ever been. Coach Boyle, you had a huge instrumental part in that, and Coach Smith, you've been keeping it going since Coach Boyle became president. So can you guys speak towards how it has grown since, Coach, you came in, and how, Coach Smith, you have taken it over?
Yeah, well, thanks, Daniel, and we're really proud, and we all take it very seriously. We're the biggest all-boys high school in the state. We continue to grow. The last couple of years, we're growing more and more and more, so we have an unbelievable enrollment team that I'm really proud of. I was happy when I was the director of enrollment. Coach Smith came back to his alma mater and joined our enrollment team, so he didn't have to learn on the fly when I took over as president. Mike was ready to go. He's done an awesome job with Coach Dratz and Coach Hennigan, Coach Augie, Laverne Bontempo. We have the best enrollment team in the country, and it's not even close. So we're really proud of that. We cover a lot of turf, but I think at the end of the day, it's about relationships, and our love for this school, our love for the community shines through. And this is the place that every young man in 8th grade wants to be. All they have to do is come and see us on a Shadow Day open house. They're going to have a great experience here, and we're expecting a huge 8th grade class coming through on our entrance exam on December 3rd this year. So, but I'm grateful for Coach Smith and all he's done with our soccer program and with our enrollment efforts. They just keep getting better and better every year. So, great job, Coach Smith.
So, yeah, I mean, I was just going to kind of go off of that. I was going to say the past 2 or 3 years, the freshman classes just keep getting bigger and bigger. So I was going to say, is that going to be your guys? What is your guys' motivation to keep that going? But you kind of just answered that right there,
Yeah,
Mr.
like
Boyle.
Coach Smith can hit on it, man. He's got the keys to the kingdom now.
Yeah, so you know what, guys? I think just the classes we brought in are just really good kids, right? I mean, I think we got guys that come here and they feel the Notre Dame difference, and they feel the atmosphere, the community, the family in this place. And you know, I would push any of the 8th graders out there to come take a tour with your family. Come to the open house October 27th. Come to the Shadow Day. I didn't even realize I would have this, but we had our first Shadow Day. So check out the fresh hoodies, man.
I'm jealous.
First batch of these bad boys went out today to our first group of Shadows. So you know, every time you come to ND, you're going to leave here with some green-blooded gear. We're going to take care of you, and I think the school's just at the best it's ever been. I mean, we're fortunate to have incredible leadership with Mr. Boyle, Mr. Tully, and we just have people that want to be here, working here. We have kids that want to be here, going to school here. Never been better vibes, you know, since I've been a student and now working at Notre Dame. This is the place to be.
And I would certainly attest to that, because the freshman and sophomore classes have been probably the biggest in recent memory.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
220 from a class of 25 and 216 from the class of 26. That's huge.
Yeah, great numbers. We're proud of that, and you know, we're hoping to have another big year like that, Daniel, and we want to shatter that record this year. And I think with the 8th grade class, there's a lot of young men that have grown up here since 1st, 2nd grade, and that's the key. I mean, you come to Legends Field on a Friday night like this doesn't happen in many places. This is the place to be. Every kid feels it. Sold out stadiums. The grills they're cooking out there. We got game day going on. We got Hawaiian shirts. We got spike ball. We got free food. I mean, come on. Who's got it better than us, Dan? Who's got it better than
nobody?
Come on.
Yeah, speaking of that, where's your guys' beach theme?
Oh, man, I got a lot of Hawaiian shirts in the wardrobe, guys. You know what? We've been working all day. I should have had some in the closet in the office.
No swim trunks?
I'm seeing all these Hawaiian shirts, and it's itching. I'm itching to go home and get one and come back here.
Coach Smith has more Hawaiian shirts than the whole school combined. The night is young still. This is the most dressed up I've ever had to be for game day.
Yeah, I've never seen you in a full suit before on live TV.
Yeah, I can't be sweating through my suit on TV here.
I think the last time I saw you in a suit on camera that was like aired like this was for the Chipotle tournament a few years ago.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, it seems like 50 years ago, but yeah, that was not that long ago. Thank God we're in a much better place today, my friend.
Yeah, you were standing a little over there.
Yep, that's right where I was. I was talking to a camera up there about 100 yards from me, so somehow they got it done. I said, look up here. So this is great to be back on game day, man. Yeah. What a great return to a great tradition.
And I'd say quite the matchup to do it, too. You got the number 1 team in the state and the Dons, who are ranked for the first time since that fantastic 2019 team. The hype has been real around the building.
Yeah, you talk about a big game atmosphere. It does not get any bigger than this. The number 1 team in the state, who we have a ton of respect for. A lot of friends over at Mount Carmel. They do things the right way. It's great to see another all-boys high school on the south side taking care of business. And, you know, I'm excited to see what they bring. I know it's going to be a heck of a battle, great matchup. You know, both great defenses, both big lines, big, strong lines, a lot of speed everywhere. And hopefully the home field advantage will pay off for the Dons. I know our students are ready, man. They're excited. I can feel the buzz all week again after obviously the huge game last weekend. You know, getting 3 wins over St. Pat's was huge for us, and it's just going to keep snowballing. So it's great to see our students having a great time. And soccer, come on, soccer team. Biggest win in ESCC history, maybe. Coach Smith, tell them about the soccer game real quick. Quick plug on the soccer game.
Yeah, let's hear about it.
Yeah, for sure. So, you know, I was telling these guys on Wednesday we had a road match to start the East Suburban Catholic Conference season at St. Viator. Always a physical, tough matchup against those guys. You know, it's tough coming from the turf, which we're used to, getting going on grass on their grass field. They got one on us in the second half, and then, you know, it seemed like all was lost. 20 seconds. Luca Lobianco's got a goal kick. Ball into Danny Dino. Dino gets the ball to Ryan Shanahan. Shanahan touched one of our sophomore studs, Sebastian Desernowski. Buries the ball. 4 seconds left. We're going to OT. Game stretches to double overtime. This time, Jake Schmucker, senior from Queen of All Saints, puts the ball into Dino, the senior captain from Parkview. Dino buries it. the rest is history. So, that's a huge win for us to start off the season for ESCC 1-0. The next ESCC game, guys, is next Wednesday here at Legends Field. That's it's against St. Pat's. So,
oh boy,
we need to bring out the forces just like we had them last week, and we need guys to be loud because that's the energy the boys feed on.
All right, so before we break down and head on outside and prepare for varsity, I think it's tradition time. It's time for our predictions. So we'll head on down the line. We'll start with Cade and we'll finish with Coach Boyle. Gentlemen, take it away.
I got a pretty low-scoring game, as Danny Betts was talking about. When we first did the pregame analysis, we said it was going to be low-scoring, 20s, maybe only 2 or 3 touchdowns per team. So I got ND 21, Mount Carmel 14. Pretty low-scoring, but I do think ND's going to come out on top.
Like it, Caden. Great breakdown.
I like that. So, yeah, I got to stick with the prediction I gave somebody about 30 minutes ago, and this is going to be pretty bold, but I've got 10-7 Dons.
Let's go. Defensive battle.
I just see
Don defense.
The Francis D, baby. I see them locking in, and it's going to be a great battle, and I think the Dons come out over the top. Field goal, time expires. We go home with the Dubs.
I love it. You got Danny.
I like the offense in this game. We had talked about before just how lethal this Mount Carmel offense has been, led by Blaney Dowling, who I think he's a Division I commit. Darian Dupree. You go up and down this roster, and it's filled with potential Division I athletes. So I got a high-scoring game. For me, I think that the defenses are going to get taken out of the game pretty quickly, and it's going to turn into a back-and-forth battle. I still think that the Dons are going to come out on top. I'm going 49-44.
Oh, Danny Berg going 49-44.
Yes, sir.
Holy cow, we got some special teams madness going on or what? How are we getting a 49 tonight? I love it. Let's go. All
right, Coach, you're up.
Well, Danny, I've been on the defensive mindset all week. I'm not too far off of these other fine analysts up here at the table. But since Coach Smith is here, I got to give a shout-out to our kicking game on the football team. Ahmad Shinnick, come on, man. Yeah. We got some big-time kickers.
Got Robbie Kuban out there, too.
Robbie Kuban, Shinnick. I mean, we are a special teams force.
How about Randy Russ taking over the punting duties this year?
I mean, come on. What doesn't Randy Russ do? That kid does it all. So you got to have great special teams to win games in this tough conference that we play in. So I'm looking for our special teams to come up huge. Shout out Hank Friedrich, Mac Ross, Legends, alumni.
We miss you guys.
We're still talking kickers, fellas. We're still talking the value of the kicking game. So I'm going Notre Dame 21, Mount Carmel 17.
Ooh.
It's going to come down to the kicking game tonight. Look for the Don defense out there. Shout out Notre Dame secondary, doing a great job. Speed is going to win tonight. We just got to keep the big plays from happening. Let's make some magic, boys. Let's hit them early. Let's get after them early. Let's get a little halftime cushion and let the crowd take over. So let's bring the Notre Dame defense tonight. I am ready. I am excited. Notre Dame, 21.
Let's go.
I got a feeling it's either going to be an offensive battle or a defensive battle, but time will tell in 2 hours. We got to thank all of our guests. Coach Boyle, Coach Smith, Owen Keeney, Will Meyer, and our T-shirt contest competitors. I think that's a fan
Nation,
favorite.
Baby. Here we go.
He was waiting for that. I saw that one coming a mile away.
Dons are winning tonight. Let's go. It's our time, ND. It's our time.
That the quartet. Thank you. Where's our heart? The quartet you saw in the open are the guys you're going to be hearing tonight. We'll be seeing you out on the Legends Field turf in 2 hours. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We'll see you very shortly.
Go Dons.